Have you ever felt like you're repeating the same toxic relationship patterns, even though you know better? You see the warning signs, but for some reason you just can't stay away. When you're in the relationship, you just can't leave. Often it's not your adult self making those choices, it's your inner child. Dark psychology works by exploiting the wounds and vulnerabilities we developed long ago. If your inner child is still seeking the validation they never got, they might be blind to some very dangerous red flags. The first red flag is love bombing. This is when someone showers you with praise, with gifts and affection right at the very start of the relationship. If you grew up feeling invisible, unloved, unwanted, your inner child is going to see this relationship as the miracle you've been waiting for. Your inner child is going to think, finally, I am enough. Really, this is a grooming stage. They're building your dependency on them. Real connection takes time to grow. If it's too fast and too perfect, it's probably a script, not a soulmate. The second red flag is intermittent reinforcement. This is perhaps the most addictive tactic. One day someone is all for you, showing you lots of love. The next day they're distant or even cruel. Your inner child became used to working to receive love and affection. When the reward finally comes after the cold period, it's going to trigger a massive dopamine hit. Red flag number 3, manipulators will isolate you. They won't tell you to stop seeing your friends. Instead, they'll make subtle comments. They might say things like, your sister is always so judgmental of us. Your family never do anything for us. Don't you think your friends take advantage of your kindness? Your inner child is terrified of abandonment. So if the manipulator creates an us of them, us against them world, your inner child is going to feel safe and protected. Your inner child's going to see the isolation as a special kind of intimacy rather than the loss of their social support system. I forgot to mention my book, Dark Psychology Defense Toolkit. Check the description for a link to that. The fourth red flag is moving the goalposts. This might happen when you finally meet a demand or you change your behaviour to please someone only for them to find a new problem. The standard for their happiness is always just out of reach. This is going to trigger your inner child's overachiever or people pleaser wounds. If you were raised to believe your value was tied to your performance, you're going to keep running on that treadmill, hoping that this time you'll finally be good enough to deserve peace. Red flag number 5 is the pity play. When you try to hold a manipulator accountable or point out their bad behaviour, they suddenly become the victim. They bring up their own past trauma, or maybe they start some current crisis to divert attention away from their behaviour. If you were the caretaker child or the empath in your family, your natural instinct is going to be to heal and to help. Your inner child sees their pain and forgets your boundaries. You might end up apologising for things they did to you. Recognising these red flags isn't about blaming yourself. It's about realizing your inner child is trying to find safety in familiar, albeit painful places. Healing doesn't involve seeking external validation or fixing a manipulator. Healing involves setting firm boundaries and being the protector your inner child never had. If you like this video, found it useful, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. Again, check the description for my book, Dark Psychology Defense Toolkit. You'll also find a link to my website, markstubbles.com, where you can download my free Inner Child Healing Workbook. Thank you for watching and goodbye.